Hello, my friends. Welcome back to Cafe Bagheri. It's so great to have you all here with me again. Today, we're going to make Persian Spinach Borani. Can be a dip or appetizer. When I was a kid, I remember us eating it usually as a side dish or as a starter for our meal. But it also makes an awesome Mazzeh. It's a chaser for your chilled vodka and other spirits. And I think you're going to love this. But before I proceed and we make our Borani, I want to thank all of you who have subscribed to my channel. In fact, last night we passed 16,000 mark on our subscribers. I thank you so much for helping us, getting us there. And if you haven't subscribed yet, this is a perfect opportunity for you to subscribe to this channel. Hit that little bell button so we can keep in touch. And let's get started making some delicious Borani. The recipe includes about 12 ounces of spinach, which is a large volume, right? And what we want to do is we're going to end up cutting and chopping this because you don't want the strings that end up in your dip. You can do this right now before cooking, or you can cook and wilt your spinach and then chop it up afterwards before you make your dip. I prefer to do mine at the beginning. So we push this aside and we're gonna bring our board and chop up the raw spinach to begin with. You just basically rough chop it. You don't want it too finely chopped. There you go. And by the way, you can, for this recipe, you can use spinach with stems and all. It's all delicious. And you don't need to separate the stems. There you go. This is what we're going for. Just push this aside. You don't want it too fine. This is all going to cook and wilt. And get started with our onion and garlic. We're going to put 3 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. And we're going to start preheating it on medium-high heat. And we're going to turn this around so we can get the oil all over the pan, and wait about a minute or so until your oil is hot and, as they say, shimmering a little bit. That's when you're ready to start your onions in there. We have our oil hot enough. Add the chopped onions. So we have our 1 medium onion in there. The recipe is in the comments below, by the way. All of our videos have recipes typed up in detail and placed in the comments under the YouTube video. I usually pin them so they stay on the top. You want to cook the onions until they're slightly golden color. Don't let them get too dark because this dip is kind of white, light green color. If you burn your onions, it's not going to look as good. So you don't want those dark brown specks of onion in your dip. So stir it a few times. You're getting this to the color you want. We're at the point we want to be with the onion. It's getting a little, edges are getting golden brown. We want to add our garlic. It's a couple of cloves of garlic, and just give it a little stir to get it aromatic. You don't want to let your onions burn, so you need to be quick with the garlic getting mixed in there. We're going to add a pinch of salt now. I use kosher salt most of the time. You can use table salt. After the salt, we're going to add our turmeric. As you can see, I keep moving the pan off and on the eye to manage the amount of heat that I get in here, because my onions have already got a good golden touch and I don't want them to get dark brown on the edges if I can help it. Now we start putting our spinach in there. I would put half of the spinach in first. The spinach is in there. Now we're going to reduce the heat to medium. And then I would use a pair of tongs like this to kind of move around the spinach, like so, to make sure that all the leaves meet the heat at the bottom of the pan, right? See, it's already starting to wilt and cook at the bottom, and the volume reduces as you go on until all the visible leaves have changed color and have darkened a shade or two. That means they've all wilted. We're where we want to be with our first half of the spinach. Now we're going to bring the rest of it here. Okay, at this point, we want to add some more salt and pepper. A half teaspoon of salt here, and about quarter teaspoon of fresh ground black pepper. That should about do it. Keep the same technique of going around the pan and turning the spinach to make sure you get it all. We're almost getting there with all of the spinach. Towards the end, if you look in here, see, we're releasing some liquid, some of the liquid from spinach starts puddling at the bottom. If that becomes too much, you want to get rid of that while your spinach is in here, in the pan, on the heat. So what you do is you increase the heat a little more than medium, kind of to medium high maybe, and push this around some more to make sure once you get the spinach out of this pan and into your bowl that the liquid is not present. See all that steam? We're getting rid of the liquid. I think we are there. Our onion, garlic, and spinach is all ready to go. And we're going to push it all into this bowl. We have to wait till this spinach and onion mix has cooled to room temperature before we can assemble our dip. You can, at this point, just leave this on the counter. On the account that it's wintertime here and it's cold outside today. It's day after Christmas, by the way. And we could actually put this outside on the patio or in the backyard. It's nice December cool. Yeah, so I'm going to leave this bowl out here. It's just gonna steam off and cool to where we can take it back in and make our dip. I think our spinach onion mix is cool enough. There. Yeah, this is a little colder than room temperature, so we are ready to add our ingredients and assemble this dip. After the spinach, the other main ingredient is yogurt. A cup of Greek yogurt. It happens to be low fat. If you don't have any concerns about the fat, you can use whole fat yogurt and it's going to have a richer flavor. About half teaspoon of lemon zest, about 1/3 of a tablespoon of lemon juice, fresh squeeze, came from the lemon that I got the zest from. And we add more salt to taste. I'll just start with about 1/4 teaspoon. And then you basically fold that together. And continue until you get a consistent mixture here. Now here's a little note about the consistency of this dip. If your Borani is too thick as you're mixing it in the final stage, or if you put it in the refrigerator, by the way, somewhere between 2 to 24 hours is recommended before you serve this thing. Either right now or after it's rested in the refrigerator, if it's too thick to your taste, the way you like it, you can add about 1 tablespoon or more of whole milk or heavy cream. I think right now this is about where I want it to be, so I don't need to add any. However, as I said, we need to let this rest in the fridge and then judge as to the consistency. I'm going to now taste this for salt and lemon juice. I think it needs more salt. And you could add more lemon juice at this point if it needed it, but I think we're okay with lemon juice. Okay, let's taste it again. This is awesome. I like it. We're gonna let this rest in the fridge for at least 2 hours. I usually make this the day before, so I recommend 24 hours if you can do that. Okay, our spinach Borani is ready to go. I'm serving it with some crackers, or you can use your favorite flatbread. As I said, it makes a great appetizer or starter, but also a great chaser for your chilled spirits. There you go, to your health and happiness. If you like this video, please like and share with your friends and family on social media. Thank you for subscribing and being here with me. And if you have not subscribed yet, this is a great opportunity to subscribe. And please come back soon and see me here at Cafe Bagheri. We have a lot of good stuff coming. Oh, look at this. Oh my goodness, just lay down there.